You're very white.
Thank you. So are you, Nick?
That is the meanest thing you've ever said. Hey, welcome to 106, episode 106 of Friend. We'll start that one again.
We're not gonna.
Man, what happened?
Hey, welcome to episode 106 of Front Seat Gamer. This is Nick. I'm here with Severn.
Yo.
And Blake.
Cool, thanks. What episode is it?
So 106?
106.
What's happening, guys? For context, I goofed. I'm sure Blake's gonna put it in. So I don't even need to explain
Just
it.
listen for the outro, probably.
Oh, God.
Or maybe the intro. Or maybe I just left the whole thing in.
I would.
Oh,
I'll
man.
leave it in.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good.
What you guys been playing?
All right. All right. Yep. I've been playing Civ.
Finally, you got shit to say.
Yeah, I've got some shit to say. I said it was funny last week. I was like, last episode, I was like, I don't have much to say about it, and then talked about it for half an hour.
Yep.
Yeah. But
So do you have much to talk about?
No, I don't have that much to talk about.
Okay, we'll set aside some time for this.
Yeah, set aside half an hour.
Yep. I'm just gonna walk away for about half an hour.
Yeah,
You let me know when you're done.
All right. I bought a couple of DLCs for it.
Yeah, what'd you buy?
I bought the it's called the Gathering Storm, and that adds the Moldy civilization.
Okay.
And so I've been playing as them, and they're pretty cool. I really like them. Oh, what's awesome with them is that, like, it was already cool to be playing as them, but the thing that really got me was that the whole soundtrack, like, they have their own soundtrack, and it's all like songs that I kind of remember from, like, singing in primary school and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I
Okay.
wish it was in there. But the thing is, I did
You got to
notice.
license that.
Yeah, I did notice
legit.
though that, like, the songs change as you go through the eras. So it starts off as more traditional sound, and then I think I got into like medieval, and it started to sound like it had a medieval like musical tone to it, like some lutes or something in the background. And I was like, okay, cool. So I wonder if it gets into the modern age, maybe some like modern New Zealand songs might show up.
Some Dobbin.
I hope so. That'd be
some
cool.
Dave Dobbin. yeah. But if Poirier showed up, I'd be like, this is the greatest game ever.
So what? I mean, you started to. You told me something cool about that civilization, which is how they start.
Yeah, they start off in the middle of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
They start off. It's cool because normally for other civilizations, they don't get like deep water sailing until like quite a while. But you just start off with that tech, so right away you've got like a pretty big advantage that you can kind of like traverse open water much faster, and you can actually traverse the ocean ahead of the other civilizations. So you can map out a lot more of the world before other civilizations
really cool.
get there, and you can then have a better chance of like picking the best spots to like colonize.
Yeah.
You
could also start creating trade partners way earlier.
Yeah, way earlier. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really cool, and like I don't know, it's just
Who are you? You said in that last episode.
He's Blake.
Who are you, man?
Yeah. How did you get in here?
who am I?
No, who do you play as? Because last time you were that
Coupe.
donkey guy. Oh shit. Okay.
Coupe. Yeah. You play as Coupe, and his
For those who don't know, who is Coupe?
he's I don't even know if he was a real guy. He's like a mythical. Like he's like in the oral history that he's the guy that like found New Zealand, named it Aotearoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was he was basically the one leading the big the fleet of
Right.
wakas to find New Zealand.
Wakas are boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're playing as that guy.
Mhm.
You get like a marae as a special building.
Cool.
And you get like
Now what's that?
that's a meeting house.
Sorry, just because I don't know a lot of these things, so therefore most of our listeners will also not.
Oh
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
This is some very Kiwi stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta have you been in a marae?
I don't think I have.
Okay. It's Cool. Take your shoes off.
Okay.
Yeah, much like this house.
Oh, well, then maybe I have.
Yeah. But this is my whare. This is not my marae.
Okay.
Whare means house.
That one I got from context clues. Is that one of the ones that's spelt with a WH at the start?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, and he's got there's a their like unique unit is called a toa,
Okay.
and it's just some like Māori warrior guys with like greenstone patus.
Cool.
And what's awesome is
Patu is an axe.
it's like what is it? It's like a sharp club.
Okay. That's
It's
cool.
yeah, and they're pretty brutal. Like you could like knock someone's kind of like skull cap off. Like that was kind of like the thing.
The gesture Blake was making did not look like a skull cap removal gesture. And
imagine
you described it.
A fencer going in.
I was like,
It's like someone flipping a coin on their hand.
you knock their skull cap off. Yeah, it's like
whoa.
I made a motion as if I'm like flipping pancakes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you flip their skull cap right off.
Gotta cook it on both sides.
Yeah. So yeah, those guys are cool. They have also a ability to make a pa that's just like a fort, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, actually, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
They're often made of earth, right?
Well, there's like earthworks and like wood
Supports,
walls and stuff
yeah.
like that. And there was like, I remember this thing of when they were fighting the British. 'Cause
Yeah.
the British had muskets and stuff.
Yep.
But they would like weave flax in a way and put that over their pa walls, and it would be like musket proof. It would be like musket bulletproof.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So like English are like firing at them and just kind of like doing nothing.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. But they can make a pa, so you can like basically have these guys set up fortifications in places. So yeah, they get like extra defense and stuff like that. But they're awesome because they're seriously like strong, and you go up against like that. I went up against some like swordsmen, some actual like proper swordsmen. And just like wrecked these guys, and it's like it's like really satisfying to see these guys like take out like
He's doing that hand action again. It's satisfying to see these guys flip someone's skull cap off.
in the game. They don't flip someone's skull cap off. They just do like a standard sort of like swipe thing. They do a basic hand animation that all of them do, but I know they're flipping skull caps off. Yeah.
So I guess my question is, are you enjoying Civilization even more now?
Yep. Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
As soon as like I started it up and was like, oh, this is fun. I went around the ocean, set up my first city, and that is when the music kicks in. And I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. It was what's that song? Kari Kariana?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
It's very soothing, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty great. But yeah, that started playing. I was like,
So
wait a
music
minute,
you listened to when you were flipping someone's skull cap off.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's more of a haka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty great, and I just was like smiling like way more than I expected.
Okay, here's my next question, which is very important. How far through the game are you at this point?
All right, so I've started 3 games so far.
And what mode are you playing on?
Marathon.
Yeah.
Ah, you didn't think of changing that?
Wait, it gets worse. When will the game end?
I turned off victory conditions. So it will end when I think it's done.
Okay.
So the reason I turned off victory conditions is because I found myself checking the victory condition like rankings too much. And I didn't like that. I felt like it was taking me away from the game. Like I was keeping score too much.
Interesting. Now, if I remember correctly, in Civ 5,
Yeah.
you got updates about victory conditions.
Yeah.
With semi-regularity,
Yeah.
but I don't think you could directly view.
You
your
can see
rank.
you can see there's like because there's several victory conditions, and the
Yeah.
first game I played, well, which is not the first game, it's the second game. Because I started off with Gilgamesh,
Uh-huh.
and then I played 2 games as Moldy,
Okay.
and
So you don't count the first one.
I don't count the first one now. Gilgamesh is out.
Yeah.
He's gone. But yeah, I that game I started with all the victory conditions. So you've got like the domination and science and culture and religion. All these are like possible victories.
Yep.
And so you have a panel that just shows all these victories, where everyone is ranked in them, and also a bar of how far you are to achieving that victory.
Yep.
Which I really just don't like, because
That's fair.
then I'm just like checking. I don't like it when I'm playing a game like that, and it's mostly for games like that. Like I felt the same in what's it called? Endless Legend, I think it's called.
Oh, the other sort of
Yeah.
4X, but fantasy, right?
Yeah. That had the same thing as well, which I couldn't turn off,
Mm.
and it just always showed your rankings compared to everyone else, and that just, I feel like that takes me out of enjoying the actual game, and then
Yep. I can see that.
I'll just be like, oh, I'm getting low on, I'm falling behind in military, so I just build a bunch of military units for no real reason, just because it builds up my score for the domination victory.
Right.
And then same for religion. Like I usually didn't care about religion, and then it's like, oh, I'm last in religion. I better found a religion quickly and like, because and so I was
But
like,
it's interesting to me because like the whole point of having these different victory conditions is you can pursue one and win.
yeah, I know.
And you're going, oh, I'm last in one of them. Better do some of that. I'm falling behind in this one. Better do some. You just choose one. Choose a lane, Blake.
I don't
Choose a lane.
I don't want to.
Okay,
I don't
that's
like
fair.
I don't like the idea that I can be doing really well in one thing, and then another civilization just wins because they've got lots of religion. And I'm like, what is this? I've
real
got
life.
heaps of tanks. Why do I care about? Why should they win because they've got more
Hey.
religion than me?
Show me which tank can blow up God.
Oh God.
That's right. I've got some good news for you. Severn, what you been playing?
Hey man, what have I been playing? I've been playing more Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, like specifically the casino stuff?
Yeah.
Now, okay.
That was pretty successful. So I read about this.
Okay.
It's been their like largest return in like player numbers since the launch of online for
Well,
Rockstar.
It's the only thing I've seen them put an ad campaign out for.
Okay, it's been around for like fucking 8 years or something.
Yeah. GTA 5.
Online.
Oh, GTA Online.
Well, not 8 years, but
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
so
multiple
they
years.
launched it in 2014, I think. 2013 maybe.
all right.
And so it's been around for a good long while.
Mm.
And I hadn't seen any sort of post-launch marketing push other than like the launch of the game. Like it was like they had bus ads and stuff for GTA 5. Then basically radio silence, then Red Dead, then radio silence. And now suddenly I've seen ads for this on Reddit and on websites.
It was pretty strong. The push for casinos.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
So it doesn't surprise me that this is their biggest returning influx of players. But what does you've been playing it?
Yeah, on and off. Shit, I brought a nightclub. You're looking at a nightclub
Wow.
owner right now.
Wait, did you
That was
put
actually
in real money for it though? Because I remember
No.
last week you were like, "Oh, I'm getting tempted to. What if I just put in like?"
Also, what they did was they will sometimes give the people that have played online, they'll just give you random rewards. This one
Oh,
happened
yeah.
to be, you've been playing this game for a while. Here's 250,000 in-game credits, and that was enough to let me afford a nightclub.
Wow. So
just like real life.
Yeah.
so owning the nightclub, what does that do?
There are a whole bunch of missions. There's a character called Gay Tony in
Ballad of Gay Tony was
Yeah,
was a
Grand Theft Auto
GTA
4.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so he makes a comeback.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of GTA 4 characters are like cameoed
Okay.
into
Weird. They all just move across the country.
Yeah, they're there. There's like some other guy. I forgot their names. Anyway, Tony makes an appearance. He's managing, I think, your nightclub. I haven't actually done any missions yet because my buddy sold one of his cars and brought a penthouse at the casino.
Okay.
And so I was checking out his penthouse yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It's cool. You get some nice perks. He has a free limousine that can drive him around anywhere.
So he sold a car to get a car.
He sold a car to buy a penthouse that gives you access to a limousine.
That seems like a pretty
also-
good deal, honestly.
Yeah. And then he also told me that he has to pay $400 a day to have his penthouse, and I was like, dude,
Why is
I
that
think
land
they've got
tax
you.
or something?
I don't know.
Rates.
Yeah, it's maintenance or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. So yeah,
That's great.
So yeah, that
I really like
And
it.
anytime he wants to make modifications, he has to get signed approval from all the other residents.
Yeah, from the body corp of the building.
Yeah.
he's got access to like high rollers tables and stuff.
Uh-huh.
He can. There's like a helipad on the top of that
Wow.
casino.
Does he have a helicopter?
No, but he's got a freaking yacht. This guy.
Well, that'll be useful.
Oh, I think there's a helicopter on his yacht, so he could
Oh my
probably
God.
use
Okay.
it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we were doing some of those missions.
Yeah.
And it's not a good idea to do these missions just with 2 people because they're usually designed for 4.
Oh, okay.
And
Are they heist missions or are they?
they're just classic fetch quest type things where what's happening? This one we were doing yesterday was a guy was kidnapped, retrieve guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
I remember when we were talking about The Witcher and I was explaining quests and you were like, "Oh, so they're fetch quests."
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's-
But no, check this out. This one, it's a guy, and you have to find him.
you have to fetch him.
If you don't know, I'm like not impressed either.
Oh, that's
Fair.
good.
That's good. That's good.
There is cool like cinematics at the start and end. You get phone calls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you're playing it, so it's obviously
Yeah.
Although you said on and off. Now, what's keeping you from like really like digging into it?
Time.
Okay.
Just not enough time.
Right.
I did in other news release a I can't even vouch for it. Like one of my a casual game like I'd been working on for the last couple of years.
Ooh.
I didn't really tell anyone about it. And I
No.
guess this is me telling people about it.
Okay.
Oh, man, hot
This
scoop.
is a Frenzy Gamer exclusive.
So this casual game I was working on after that last attempt, Turret Town.
Yeah.
This one's called Tumble,
Okay.
and it's a very I think you've played it once.
Okay. So this
maybe.
is
It was a box.
okay. Yes, I know the one you're
tapping
talking
game.
about. Okay. So can I try and describe it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's there's a conveyor belt.
Yep.
And on the conveyor belt are various boxes with colors and symbols on them.
Mhm.
And you want to tap on some
Mm.
and not tap on others.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very casual.
Yeah.
I can't even vouch for this game. I know I made it. But after Turret Town,
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I don't want to keep doing this. So anyway, I started that
Yeah.
game after Turret Town.
Uh-huh.
And the goal for me was to make a game which was fairly polished, very, very basic game mechanic.
Yeah.
Fairly polished. And yeah,
Yep.
we were just doing it on and off.
I wanna ask you, when you talk about polish,
Mm.
what did you feel was the thing that you needed to spend the most time on?
For this one, I think a tutorial.
Okay.
Basic game mechanic plus tutorial.
Yep.
I think those were the minimum requirements for,
Mhm.
I think
for Tumble.
was that also based on feedback from Turret Town? Because I think I remember Nick saying
Oh, I
like
had
a
lots of
tutorial or
feedback.
something.
That Turret Town was good, but I needed to end that freaking thing. So
You were done with it by the time.
Yeah, if I
that we saw it?
continued,
Yeah.
it just would have been a even bigger disaster.
Yep.
Way too much.
So you're just like, I've
Mm.
learned what I can from Turret Town.
Mm.
Let's just finish it and then move on to something better. And
yeah,
take what I've learned into
It seemed
this
like
new
you
one.
learned mostly about the process of like managing other people working on one of your projects.
yeah. There was definitely a lot of energy that I had going into it,
Mm.
and none of it played out. None of what I expected to happen played out.
What had you expected?
I don't know. A mild success.
Okay. what would you actually? Here's a good question. What would you have considered success?
To make some money back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
How
that's
did
harder than
you
you'd think.
Try to monetize it.
What's that?
How did you try to monetize it?
A
Loot boxes?
little bit of ad money and like just a few microtransactions.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, nothing. there was no real push for it either. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I released it, it was just out,
Yes.
and I was like, "What do I do now?"
Yeah.
Dude, yeah,
So-
that was like I did a few mobile games with Rush Digital,
Mm.
and that even with them and like as an actual company, it was still that feeling of like, okay, it's out.
Yeah.
Now what?
Were there
Mm.
marketing people?
Not really.
Hmm.
We had one game that the one game that did really well was this game called Drift Legends, but that was like marketed. That was like we were partnered with like a car drifting magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So they were all about this kind of thing, and they like did all the marketing
Cool.
for us.
Yeah.
And that's the only.
They
game
already
that
had a
was-
platform.
Yeah, that was the only game that was like actually really did well and
Cool.
had like a couple of sequels as well.
Oh, nice.
But it was all because it was like marketing was through this magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you're focusing on game development.
Yeah.
You do not.
You don't, and then you get it out, and you're like, oh, so what now?
Yeah.
Mm.
What game development tool do I have?
Yeah, yeah. What
Like-
can Maya do for me? Yeah.
It's interesting.
I go to the Maya forums and say, hey, this game is out.
So as you guys know, I play idle games.
Yeah.
And there's one I had been playing for a while, called Idle Wasteland. It's in beta.
Oh, I've seen that in the App Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in contact with the developer of that,
Yeah.
because I was just curious about like some of his processes, and it seems like in order to have any modicum of success on Google Play, at least, you have to basically it's like 30% of anything you make has to go back into advertising,
Hmm.
and it's all like ads shown in other games.
Okay.
So, yeah, you will not get people playing your game, especially on these app stores now, without some sort of in-app advertising.
Yeah.
And it seems like a big part of this is because Google, the way they show off their apps is they show, and this makes sense from Google's standpoint, they show off the games that make the most money,
Yeah, sure.
right? And so, the biggest obstacle is making enough money to even make it on to like their radar.
Yeah.
So I think also what some people probably do is artificially pump up their own sales. They will eat the like 30% that Google takes out of in-app purchases, and they'll just buy a bunch of their own stuff, so that there is revenue.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it's quite an interesting and kind of gross marketplace.
Yeah, it's very saturated too.
Yes.
You're also competing with hundreds of other developers like you.
And so many of the games are bad.
So many of the games are the same.
Yes, and they are designed to make the most money possible as quickly as possible, which often conflates to like an unfun game.
I like it when you get those sort of those things where like lightning just strikes. Like, remember Flappy Bird?
Yeah, everyone remembers Flappy
Yeah.
Bird.
And like the guy that made that, right? He put it out. He did the exact same thing you did, and
Yeah.
was just put it out, and it was in the App Store for like
Like a
6
day?
months. No, it was
wait,
out
really?
for like months before anybody noticed. It was just sitting around. He was just doing it for fun.
I heard PewDiePie played it.
Yes, that's the thing. It was like one person with a huge audience played it,
Yeah.
and then it exploded.
Yep.
And the guy, I remember the guy took it off the App Store.
Yeah.
Yes, he freaked
He
out.
freaked out
Yeah.
because, like, if Turret Town suddenly just made $1 bazillion, you'd be like, "What the hell's going on?
Yeah. But I wouldn't.
Something's wrong."
Yeah. Are the Russians trying to launder money through me?
Yeah, yeah,
I better take this down quick.
yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's. I like when those kind of things happen.
Yeah.
But that's so few and far between.
Those things I don't think will happen again. It's just dominated by like these huge AAA mobile
yeah,
games.
yeah,
Like I think it's very hard for smaller games to get out.
yeah.
Anyway, I told Reddit about it.
Told Reddit.
in Android gaming.
Oh, cool,
Because
yeah.
it's only out on
Yeah.
Android. And yeah, got some good feedback there.
Nice.
So
So-
that was cool.
What's it called?
Tumble.
Tumble. That's
Yeah.
right. Tumble.
Yeah, that's right.
Shall we post it on the Facebook?
If you want. The thing is, it's a casual game, and I can't even vouch for it. Like I can't even be like, dude, play it. It's cool.
Is this like
It's really just me making a game. Like it's
Is this like your quote on the back of the box? It's just like, I can't even vouch for it. It's just a game. Play it.
it is a game, and if you're interested, play it.
Now I had played a pretty early version of it.
Yeah.
This is probably almost a year ago.
Yeah, I
Something
think
like
I've
that.
been working on it for like 2 years.
Yeah. and I had provided some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what it was. I do remember one thing was like you had these timed levels, and you would lose if you tapped the same things too many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had suggested that instead you would lose time.
Mm.
Did you? What have you? What?
That was implemented. Yeah,
Oh.
that was valid feedback. I took that on board, and
yeah.
it was good.
Good stuff. AAA game.
Nick, as a designer, okay, he's all right.
He's okay.
That's a
Can't
B
vouch for
minus
him.
if ever I heard one.
How many stars would you give Nick?
out of 10?
Out of 7.
Out of 7
Out of
stars.
7 stars. The traditional scale.
It's a 2 to 7 scale. 2 being the lowest.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was good feedback. But yeah, there's one thing that a lot of people bring up. Not a lot of people. Maybe 3 people have brought this up, which is like the tap thing doesn't feel like it registers every time, and I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Like I've mentioned this. I'm aware of this
Yeah.
problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, if I recall, it's because when I played, I'll try and paint a picture with words. You're looking at a conveyor belt sort of from the side, and so there is like
Imagine boxes have been offloaded on the left and discarded on the right if you don't collect them.
yes,
Yeah.
and but there is depth to the play field.
Yeah.
And it's not 2D gameplay in the way that Super Smash Brothers is. It's like 2.5D in the way of like Streets of Rage, right?
Yeah, so boxes can actually occlude boxes behind that.
Yes, and so I wonder if the depth in some way messes with your capacity to tap.
I couldn't even tell you
Mm.
because I didn't implement it. This is just me and the one programmer I'm working with,
Mhm.
and she doesn't seem to know what's causing it either.
Interesting. So let me ask you, where did you get the programmer? Was this someone you hired on through a service online or something?
From Turret Town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
we just stayed in touch.
okay.
And I was like, hey, I've got this project.
Yeah.
Are you interested? And yeah, she was keen.
Interesting.
And it's a good relationship. Like, it's just, I know what she can do.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just working together on it.
Nice.
It was good.
Do you feel this was a better project overall than Turret Town?
Yeah, it was clean.
Yeah.
I didn't involve other people in it. I
Uh-huh.
knew that I was producing all the art.
Oh, how many were involved in Turret Town?
Oh, jeez, like 6, 7 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was quite a few, man. And a lot of every time I would switch or have a new person on, it was just it was cool because I felt more motivated with another person on, but then they also had their own baggage. I had that one story with I think his name was Russell, who swindled me out of a couple $100 US,
Oh,
which
yeah, I think I remember
bummed
you
me
told
out.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
Because you almost like he just had a sob story that I fell for.
Yeah.
Which
Dang,
has
dude.
turned me into the cold-hearted guy.
Yep.
You're looking
Oh,
at it
that's
right
Sob
why it
stories.
is. Okay, that makes sense.
now. So that happened.
Mm.
So yeah, Turret Town was just a huge mess.
But it was also like probably one of the best learning experiences you could have hoped for.
Oh yeah,
So there obviously it was probably an expensive learning experience,
yeah,
but all those lessons you can carry through.
yeah. It's cool. This Tumble game was more like, oh yeah, you can make a game and have no drama.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So-
really cool.
What's next?
My jam, my actual Unreal project, and that's the one I've touched on and talked about little bits.
The
here.
clues you've given is there's lip syncing.
Yep.
Legs.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
legs. There's,
You see
there's
legs?
footprint, like foot placement.
Yeah.
There's actual walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I don't think I can actually talk about that anymore. But I
You
think
don't want to
That's-
drop
that's
another
That's the
clue.
full feature set.
Yeah. What,
No,
what
but
do you
yeah.
want? That's a game.
But
Do you want to drop
The-
another clue of what
the
other
last-
things are in there?
I remember where I left it last time. This must have been going back like 2 or 3 episodes now.
Several months, I think. Yeah.
But I was looking for a programmer. I have now found a programmer.
Has your programmer worked on any turret-based or box-based games?
No, I just happened to find this guy.
Okay.
And this guy's cool. A lot of energy. Yeah, really. I guess one thing, if anyone's making games, to find someone who's as interested and has the same like amount of energy that you kind of have going into it. Like it's I think it's important that they understand how you feel about this thing. Maybe they share some of that.
You need to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah, yeah. They really wanna. They need to like what they're doing, I guess.
That makes sense.
Which is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So
you've been going from people, hey, who out here hates programming?
Yep.
Cool, you're hired.
Hey, you have to work on this thing. This feature that you don't like, it needs to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like I really wanted. Okay, this doesn't spoil anything, but what I wanted the game to be, is left mouse button was your left hand, and you'd pick up things with your left hand, and then right mouse button was pick up things with your right hand, because picking up and putting down things is important for this game that I'm working on.
Man, that's another
And you're saying it doesn't involve boxes?
No boxes.
Oh wow.
Oh, it may have a box in
Ooh.
it.
Oh, shit. What about a crate
Is it a spiritual
or a
successor?
barrel?
I've said too
Oh,
much.
man.
But so I told this guy about this idea. His name's Eric, and so I told Eric about this.
He's like
No,
pretty
no.
cool.
Not grinding gear Eric.
Not our lead artist, Eric.
Yeah. This guy I'm working with, Eric, and he was like, I'm not too cool with this idea. Like other games have attempted this and haven't really pulled it off well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was one of these conversations of like, yeah, okay, maybe I should go away and think about this. And the more I did, the more it made sense of like, maybe this is a little asking too much of the users I want to target for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's also an additional gameplay thing that we want to add. So to give them that and this other thing to think of, may be a little much.
Oftentimes, it's always better to simplify.
Yeah, I found that too.
Cool. Well,
so that's where my projects are, I guess.
When can we hear more about that one?
You know,
when do we get the exclusive launch of that one? Through my new advertising agency, Front Seat Advertisers.
Dude, I think it's probably like still a year out. I'm like making a lot of this content. I tried to find other artists to work on it.
Yep.
Tried to get some really talented Brazilian artists from ArtStation to help me out.
Yeah, cool.
And this one guy I found was a disaster to work with, so I'm just like back to this whole thing of like, oh, I can make art. I'll just make art.
Man.
So yeah, I'm not. I'd like to work with other artists on it, but yeah. For now, it's just me making all that content directly with Eric.
Are you just going through ArtStation looking for people like that?
Yeah, and the reason that came about was there are other websites like Upwork and freelance.com, I think, where you can find people. I think even on Reddit you can find people. There are Discord channels too. But an interesting thing a workmate told me was, Brazil is this country with a lot of talent.
Yep.
But no major studio. And I was like, yeah, all right. And you can just come across really, really talented artists there. And you may just find someone who's really good. And I think the wages are fairly low there as well.
Yes.
So your dollar may go further just by using a Brazilian artist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I tried that. But this one guy, it's pretty rough. I think I've just got like maybe like a higher standard when it comes to like looking at a mesh, like a 3D mesh.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for specific things, and
Yep.
And he wasn't providing it.
Yeah, it ended up being a.
We're in Blake's place recording, and we just heard something from the kitchen
in windy Blake's place.
Well, we have an update on the noise. It was a box. It was a whiskey box. It was a whiskey box.
I had this guy make a model for me, and it looked cool. He gave me updates. The wireframe looked clean, and then I got the model, and it was hot garbage. I ended up having to rework the whole thing. So it took a lot of. Also, these outsourcing things take a lot of your own time. So in a way, I probably should have just done it myself from the start, because I wasted a lot of time finding him, describing what he needed to make,
Right.
checking it, giving him feedback, and yeah. And then I found out later that a website called Turbo Squid had the asset that I needed for the amount of money I paid for it.
But then Turbo Squid assets, they can come with their own problems. You might have to rework it as
But
well.
one of the problems
Right.
isn't the politics of a person.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like it's just you can just you don't have to be negotiating and trying to dance around feelings. It's just you buy it and you fix whatever you need to fix, right?
Yeah. It's a little more straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is cool. This is hopefully a game I can stand behind and tell people about when it's ready.
Cool. But until then, you can try Tumble.
Yeah.
And
If you want, if you have an Android phone.
if you have an Android phone and don't expect an amazing game.
No. Not at all.
Or a game that.
But if you want a
Expectations
mostly
aside.
functional game,
Yeah.
If you want a game.
if you
That has a tutorial.
if you
Hey, if you want a tutorial,
Yep.
I'm gonna play it after the podcast. I'm excited.
here are one of the quotes on Reddit. It's a Amazon boxing simulator.
Nice.
So if you ever
Do you ever
want to feel
man,
like this,
That's great.
So you should just sell it to Amazon as
Oh,
a
yeah.
training tool.
Yeah,
it's got a tutorial.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because if they're shipping explosive boxes, you want to make sure your employees don't know not to tap them.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've been playing. You might not have heard of this game, but it's called Hearthstone.
Oh,
We're back.
Watching Blake's face collapse. Really
you
makes
should
it
play
all worth it.
Stonehearth instead.
We're never talking about Stonehearth on
I
here.
played that. Actually, I played that not
So
that
anyway,
long.
Hearthstone. No, they just released a new set.
Yep.
I played a little bit of it. You know, I did an arena while I was walking home from work. I built a deck and then
Wow.
played a couple games with it.
You can walk and like use your phone at the same time, like
yeah,
that.
because I'm an adult.
I certainly can't. I need to stop.
So I played that arena run didn't go so hot. I think I got like 3 wins, 3 losses. So just kind of average. And then the very next, I went, all right, well, I'll try one more time. And I had a 12-win, 1-loss arena run.
Oh, nice.
It's I think the best I've ever done.
So what's this new set that they've?
It's themed around Oldham or Oldham,
Okay.
the southernmost ancient society on Kalimdor, I think. Yeah, Kalimdor.
Yeah.
And the new mechanics they've added quests again. This is like a mechanic where you start off with a spell in your hand. It costs 1 mana and requires that you do something to unlock something powerful. So each class gets a quest. Each class also gets some other special legendary to sort of build around. They've introduced a new mechanic called Reborn, where if a minion with Reborn dies, it comes back with 1 health. Which I had talked to Rory about this. Rory does not like the Reborn mechanic. He feels like it is a basically Divine Shield but on the back half of the creature's lifespan. Which is an interesting way of viewing it. I don't mind it so much. It has interesting synergies with Priest because you can heal the creature when it's reborn. And it's got interesting synergies with like Rush, which is a mechanic which means that the creature can attack things on its first turn. So you could like play a Rush reborn creature, attack a creature, killing your creature, and then attack that creature again.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That same creature. So like Warrior has a like 3/2 Rush reborn creature for 4. So you can deal 6 damage to a creature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that stuff's interesting. Then also the arena run I had has like a mage got some very, very, very strong secret based cards. Secrets are cards that you play and then sort of hang around on the battlefield until they are triggered by a condition.
Oh, it's a trap card.
Exactly. They are basically trap cards.
Yeah.
But the mage had a card that whenever you play a secret, you deal a bunch of damage to all of your enemies' creatures on the board.
Oh,
and
wow.
it turns out, in Arena, if you have a bunch of secrets and a couple of these creatures, you can get 12 wins.
Whoa.
So That's how I did it.
Wow. So you cheesed your way.
Cheesed my way through it. I got a couple of good cards, and then I went, I guess I'm playing Secret Mage.
But that's the fun of a arena, right? Is you go into it not knowing really what you're gonna get, and then you sort of build your way through what you eventually get.
Yep. It was also interesting playing through the arena. The first few games, I think I played like against a warrior and a priest and like a couple other classes, like a warlock, and then it was just like, rogue, hunter, druid.
Wow.
It was just like, okay, so I guess there's a pretty clear hierarchy in arena, but then I guess a mage beats them all. So
Yeah.
sucked into them. That's all I want to talk about Hearthstone. Mercifully short. Been playing a little bit of Fire Emblem. We just bought that. I don't have much to say on that front yet.
Yeah.
Been playing Pathfinder too.
I was saying before that it was kind of a quiet period for video games, and
And then I was like, excuse me.
well, I know Fire Emblem came out.
Have you heard of Hearthstone?
Yeah.
A little game called Smash Brothers released a new hero called Hero.
Called Hero. Yeah. Have you played Hero?
I have.
Is he good?
I'm bad with him.
Yeah.
He's got a very interesting mechanic that I think is functionally unplayable.
Oh yeah. What is it?
Yeah. So his down B.
Yeah.
Every character has a bunch of special moves, and they like each of them has an across B, an up B, a neutral B, and a down B. Right. And the down B is often like a sort of area of effect ish strong attack or like a defensive maneuver or whatever, like a utility oftentimes. For Hero, it brings up a spell menu.
Oh god.
And it shows 4 options.
Yeah.
The 4 options are randomly chosen from up to 20. I think it's 25 different.
Oh
options.
man, that's so tough.
So you can't even memorize. Like the placement. And they have like they range in power from like just kind of like a smack to like a huge explosion to like healing to like launching yourself super high in the air. And then one of them just kills you.
Oh man.
I mean, it's called kamikaze, and in theory, you blow up anybody else who's nearby. But like, Smash Brothers is not a game you can spend
time reading.
Yeah, and so to like have to manage reading through a spell menu that is randomized and ensuring that you dodge the one that kills your character instantly. Yeah, I don't know, man. That one. Not overly fond of that.
Do you just end up sort of like doing the same? Like bringing up that spell menu and just always choosing like the left spell or something, just not so you're not thinking too much
because
about
if you do that, you 1 in 25 times you'll kill yourself.
Yeah. So all you need to do is always choose one spell, and just watch out for the one that is called kamikaze, and then you hit a different spell, and don't even bother about actually picking a spell. You just sort. It's almost random. You're basically rolling a dice.
That's
and watching out for the one that will kill you.
Right. I think that's basically what it will devolve to. I guess, but probably really good players will get used to like they'll be able to on site check like the length and word and letter spacing of and like or just maybe read, but
check the
what I described is much harder than just reading the words. But I don't know. I certainly can't read what something because the menu appears on your like health bar thing, like on your health percentage. So you're not looking at the battlefield necessarily. I don't know. I think it's a interesting and cool mechanic that is virtually unplayable for like serious play.
Yeah, because that is taken from a turn-based game.
Yeah,
right?
It's Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
the character. So it's all like it's
should
a big love letter to Dragon Quest that doesn't fit in the Smash Brothers universe.
It should pause the battle.
Yes, that would make for a much better game.
Just stop everyone so you can pick your move.
Yep, they should have done that.
Yep, they should
why
have done that.
Didn't they do that?
Why didn't they do that? Or just slow it down, like Witcher style. When Geralt is choosing his spells, the world slows to a crawl.
Mm.
So you can still get hit if you really take your time.
There was a game, it was a Counter-Strike mod from like the mid 2000s, called The Specialists.
Okay.
Did either of you ever play or hear about this?
This is an orange box, right?
No.
No? Okay.
This was a fan-made mod.
Okay.
And one of the coolest fan-made mods I've ever played. It was built around the idea of basically making a multiplayer Matrix shootout. And it was super fun.
Yeah.
And in fact, one of the levels was the lobby in the Matrix.
Oh, wow.
And the way it worked was like you'd build up a sort of special meter, and then when you hit it, it slowed down everybody, but it slowed you down slightly less, which I thought was kind of a clever.
How
way
do
of
they
handling
deal
it.
with like how many people were on stage at the same
I was
time?
playing with like 16 other people,
Oh,
and
wow.
it worked surprisingly well.
Huh.
I don't ever remember feeling like, oh, this is bad.
Because I remember Max Payne, their multiplayer
Yes.
had something similar,
Yeah,
and the way they dealt with that was, I thought it was pretty clever. Everyone within that line of sight would slow.
oh,
So if you were running around
yeah,
and not involved in this
Oh, yeah.
firefight,
yeah,
you're in regular speed.
that's cool.
But if you saw it, if
Yeah.
you were in this bubble, then it would slow down for you.
I wonder if this was the same because I don't remember ever feeling like I was getting slowed down when
Right.
no one was around. So,
Yeah, that's an interesting problem to tackle.
yeah. But that game was super super fun, and I would love for a remake of that. Specialist, check it out. Back 15 years ago.
You saying that should be Sav's next project?
Sav, make it.
Oh yeah,
Left mouse button can be
Dude, there
left
are-
hand.
there
right?
are so many like first-person shooter games.
Have you heard of Doom?
No.
Yeah, Doom's coming out.
Wolfenstein?
Oh,
Wolfenstein?
There's a Call of Duty game coming out.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's big.
Wow.
hmm
They're making a second Call of Duty, huh?
Think so. Yeah,
Yep.
none of us
Good
play
for
Call
those
of
guys.
Duty.
I hope they do well.
Do you guys play Call of Duty?
No.
Okay.
No, I
cool.
haven't played. I don't think I've ever played Call of Duty.
I've never played a Call of
Wow.
Duty.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare.
I was
and 2 was real good.
I was more of a Battlefield kind of person.
Right.
I like playing Battlefield more.
Team Fortress.
Yeah, that was good too.
Mm.
Still good.
Yeah. Team Fortress 2 is still going pretty strong.
Yeah.
Which I find quite amazing.
There was, I don't know if there still is, there was a whole like hats economy.
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that shut up.
Did it?
Yeah.
They had weird like Russian hat barons that like
At Baron.
yeah.
You could make some serious coin from making
Yeah.
hats. I think that carried over into Dota too.
Oh wow.
Oh, as like a creator? As a content
Yeah.
creator?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, the Forge or whatever they call it. The
Yeah,
workshop.
dude. Yeah, people making bank.
Yeah, I imagine as a 3D artist, if you're just like killing time or whatever.
Yeah, I had a mate that did a few skins for Dota.
I think Cam at GGG did something
Maybe, yeah. I don't know if he
for Dota.
finished it.
I remember Gabe talking about it, and he was saying one of the top guys was making like $4 million a year. And I was like, the fuck?
Wow.
Like as a skins
Just
making
making
guy.
skins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So everyone was it you?
Fuck. I wish, Jesus.
This is like the thing you've heard these stories of Second Life of people just running
yeah.
businesses in Second Life.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Is that still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real crazy one. Second
Yeah.
Life is still going.
and it looks like amazing garbage.
yeah.
But people make so much money at it.
Huh. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Who's still on it?
Yeah, who is on it?
You, I think now okay. Feel free to email me and tell me I'm dumb. That email address is
Wait.
blakedwan@hotmail.com. And
Gee, that's so close to my actual. Like, Jesus Christ! Oh man, I thought you were just gonna like dox me then or something.
no, frenzyquestions@gmail.com if you want to email Blake.
Woo! Blake's address is home address.
In fairness,
number.
it's not hard to figure out your email address if you know your name.
Yeah.
Do you think Bill Gates is Bill at Microsoft.com or something?
That'll be Hotmail because
Yeah.
wasn't Hotmail
It
Microsoft?
probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably
I
is.
bet it is, man.
Yeah.
But he's probably got someone looking at that before
It'll
he
be
even sees
Bill 1.
Yeah. The Bill Gates.
it. Bill
Yeah.
dot G. Oh yeah, Bill Gates at Hotmail.
I would love it if he didn't manage to get Bill Gates in time.
Yeah,
It's like Bill Gates too.
Because apparently people at Twitter are just like Jason at twitter.com or
Yeah.
whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, they just have like
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
Jason.
of course. I'm sure that like Steve Jobs was like Steve at Apple.
Yeah, probably.
But you know what? I bet he.
Not Steven?
Don't know. But I bet like
Mr. Jobs.
I bet he that like those email addresses don't go directly to them. I bet they go to some lower
Oh, they
member who
they
has to
just
filter
filter
through
out
it.
the
yeah, a secretary.
Yeah.
a human
maybe
filter.
even someone lower, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Twitter accounts, right? not all celebrities run their own Twitter account.
Yeah. Well, if you're big enough.
So anyway, Second Life.
Oh yeah.
I feel free to email me and tell me I'm dumb, but I think it's a lot of people in the Midwest in the U.S. Who like live in small towns and don't have like big social circles in like don't have access to big social circles. They use it basically to just go online and hang out.
Is it mainly a US thing?
Again, don't quote me on this, but yes, I think it might be.
Alright.
Also furries.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they probably took over.
You guys got anything else you want to say? I can read out a question.
I read out questions because we've been piling up questions.
Severn looks like he wants to say something.
I'm just trying to think of something. We made a work related. We made a ExileCon announcement, right?
I saw there was an ExileCon announcement in the on Facebook.
Yeah.
We as in GGG?
Yeah.
Yeah, ages ago. Wait, well, I guess it depends on
Oh, there was an update.
What was the update?
Shit, was it yesterday?
Do you want me to bring it up?
What?
Oh, my
Just
goodness.
tell me what it was.
We announced guests.
Oh,
I didn't see this.
I didn't see
Yeah.
this.
Brevik's coming. Schaefer.
Oh, sweet.
All
Cool.
right, no reactions. Cool.
I reacted.
Oh well, Blake was just looking at me.
Blake
deadpan.
doesn't know who those people are.
Do you know these people?
Schaefer.
Max Schaefer.
Oh no, I thought you meant.
You're going Tim
Tim
Schafer?
Schafer?
I thought you meant Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
I was really confused.
Okay, but you know who David Brevik is?
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Daddy Diablo. The Diablo Daddy.
You're okay with saying that on the podcast and having that?
He's
not
the
this-
father of Diablo. What
but
else?
not this furry.
Not the story that
Hey,
chicken
man.
life story.
you're okay.
I don't know where
calling
your mind's
David
at, but
Brevik
he's the
Daddy?
father of Diablo. So, Daddy Diablo.
Okay, Dad. That's the name of this episode.
Like, oh God, no! Edit that part out. That's you. So, hey, welcome back to Front Seat Gamer. This is episode 106. No, yeah, that's cool. I think there might be one other one other guest that I don't know if we. I didn't see.
On this article, it announced some streamers that are coming as well.
That's cool.
Crip's coming.
Oh,
Griff's
cool.
coming?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Ziggy.
Yep.
Of
Ziggy,
course.
Ziggy's all goes without saying.
Yeah.
You could not announce him and he'll show up.
Yeah, he'll do. He just turns up.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's just in the office.
Yeah.
No one invited
It's funny.
him.
I remember.
No, he's-
I remember one of the first times he came to the office. I'd seen him on YouTube quite a bit because he's always doing PoE. And I walked up there. And he was standing at the front door. And I sort of smiled at him because, like, I recognized him, but I didn't know where I recognized him from.
Yep.
And I was waiting for him to recognize me.
Yeah, I'm the Blake.
Yeah. And then I realized, oh, it's Ziggy. He was not going to recognize me.
Cool. There's still one thing that, but maybe we're keeping that secret for now.
Shit. Don't even know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
man, it's such a
That-
secret. I don't even
That
know.
can wait until after the podcast
All right.
too.
Oh, man.
Cool.
It's Tim
All right.
Schafer, isn't it?
I told you not spoiling it.
Shit.
Tim
Mr.
Schafer's
Tencent.
Mr. Tim.
back when I worked as a game journalist. Tim Schafer walked into the office, and I was too starstruck to talk to him.
Whoa.
That's one of my biggest regrets.
I would
Yeah.
be, yeah.
All right.
Did he approach you? Did he?
Why-
Was there?
Yeah, I was like, I recognized him, and I was waiting for him to recognize me. I'm like, yeah, I'm Nick.
But was there a moment where you could have introduced yourself?
Oh, probably. I could have just walked up to him and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
you made my childhood."
Yep.
But I didn't.
He doesn't get that often.
I bet he does.
Yeah. I know.
But that's like my only real regret, I think, of ever not meeting a celebrity.
Mm.
That's probably the biggest.
I'm not comfortable meeting celebrities.
Yeah.
Because it is that thing
Have
of
you
like,
have you met someone like
I've-
that you
I've-
may have idolized?
Ziggity.
Oh, that door experience.
that door experience has taught me never meet your heroes.
Yeah. Your ego was so bruised after he didn't recognize you.
No, but like I've been to like Armageddon and like expos where there's people that I recognize, like celebrities.
Yep.
And it's this weird feeling of like you feel like you know them because you've watched them on these shows, but you don't know them because they're an actor. You know the character that they're playing, and it's just a weird thing because what am I going to say if I go up to them?
Yep. Now let me flip it around.
Yeah.
People maybe listen to this podcast. You may have the opposite of this experience.
Yeah.
Where people are looking at you and like, oh my God, that's Blake. I can tell because he's wearing blue jeans.
A black shirt and a black cap.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear a Hawaiian shirt to Exile.
I'm not going to be able to recognize you.
Incognito.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Incognito, brightly colored.
Where's Blake?
Yeah. He's got sneakers on.
Yeah.
Man, I met Billy West from of
Futurama.
Futurama fame.
Yeah.
At an Armageddon, but
That's cool.
that was real embarrassing.
Oh,
Why?
Because I kind of fanned. What do you call it?
Fanboyed?
I fanboyed a little bit.
Yeah.
But my
How
brother,
high did your voice go?
I had a DVD and I wanted him to sign my Futurama DVDs.
Yeah.
And my brother was there, man, and the look he gave me, my brother, like after that whole thing, because I was like, "Hey, man, can you say something as like Dr. Zoidberg or something?"
Oh no.
And then he said something, and then I turned around and my brother just shot me this look of like disgust.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man!" And when I think back to that moment, yeah, I'm just like, man,
Saying, can you perform for
I'm
me?
embarrassed. Oh yeah,
Can you say the thing?
but they all did that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, as a voice actor, you got to be
Yeah.
used to that sort of thing.
Yeah,
That's, yeah.
I
But
think
it
that's
still
the
probably isn't like the most fun thing for them to do.
Yeah.
'Cause they're off the
yeah.
clock, basically. Well, I guess they sort of aren't, though. I don't know.
It's got to be weird for someone, especially for someone like Billy West that's known for like just dozens of voices.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, hey, do this
Specific
random voice that you
Yeah.
probably haven't done for 10 years.
Be like, hey, Vern, can you fix this texture real quick?
which section?
I just want to. I'm a big fan. Can you fix this texture?
Oh yeah.
Got my
Hey man,
laptop
how
here.
do I? What brush do you use?
Oh man, yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Let's ask a question.
Actually, on that line, although this is part of the questions, that I did put that in the question, but
What brush do you use?
yeah, I was talking to Vivan on Facebook.
Cool.
He was messaging us and saying that I think he was saying that he was wearing a PoE shirt.
This is the question I was about to ask.
Oh,
Blake.
okay,
Damn
go for it.
Oh my god.
I mean, it lines up with
It's
what
like,
we're talking about.
Nick, how come you never ask any questions? And I'm like, let's ask a question. He's like, oh, whoa. This Blake.
Wow,
that's my
that
impression
was
of Blake.
a spot-on Blake impersonation.
Thank you. That's
Jesus.
It's like there's two of us in
Yeah.
the room.
I've been working on that one.
Wow.
So if you have a question, email frenzyquestions@gmail.com. This comes from Vivan. Where was the most random place your PoE shirt was recognized?
PoE shirt.
Yeah.
You don't
do you even
it
wear
much.
them?
It'll have to be a bad day if I wear a PoE shirt. I'm hanging on to them.
Oh, are they in vintage? Have you unwrapped them?
I'm putting mine on like walls.
Oh man,
So I'm hanging on to mine.
Okay.
you got no insulation in your house?
Yeah, I use them as door draft things.
They make a really good cat bed.
Oh man,
Oh.
wash my dishes with one.
Sometimes you have to paint your house and you want to wear a
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
But I guess, I'll start with when I was recognized for working on Path of Exile, I was at a Yum Cha place
Mm.
and we were just out with random friends, and I guess we were just talking about what we do, and I was like, yeah, I'm an artist on a game called Path of Exile, and this must have been, 7 years ago or something,
Wow.
like maybe just as we like released.
Yeah.
And a guy recognized me, and he was like, he was across the table,
Oh
and he
my
was just
God.
like yelling, like in excitement.
Wow,
That's cool.
And yeah, and he knew about the game. That
How'd
was
you
the first time. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't know anything about Path of Exile.
That's
Still to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to hear about art, I can talk about art.
you can talk about the art of Path of Exile.
Yep. But not
like-
even that. Not even like. Not even like maybe making art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Blake, what about you?
I always wear a Path of Exile shirt.
Mm.
I got like 50 of them. It's a bad day when I don't wear a Path
Yeah.
of Exile shirt.
Yeah, I'm in a similar
yeah.
similar situation.
So I've had a few times. The very, very first time, which is not that weird, but it was at PAX
Yep.
in Australia, and someone came up to me and like, it was the old Path of Exile shirt,
Hmm.
and he was like, "Hey, Path of Exile,"
Yeah.
and instead of asking like, "Hey, do you play?" He's like, "Are you a developer?"
Yep.
And I was
Straight
like,
away?
"Yeah, straight away." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he like told me who he was. He was a known person on the forums, but
Oh, right.
I was still like, I was maybe a year, I think, at Grinding Gear, so I didn't know anyone on the forums, and I still don't really know anyone on the forums. But yeah, and he started talking to me and stuff. And also that time I met some friends of friends, basically, who all played Path of Exile, and they shouted me dinner.
Holy.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
If you want to shout us dinner, we're
Yeah, and then I spent the whole dinner just like answering questions of like random stuff, and they're basically just trying to get info of what's coming next, kind
Yeah.
of thing, like unannounced like stuff.
yeah. That's how.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works.
But the weirdest one was in a doctor's office,
What the hell?
Ooh.
and yeah, there was a nurse there taking like my details.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, your shirt there, but is that a Path of Exile?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I used to play that when I was like studying for in university to become a
Whoa.
nurse." And I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." And then I was like, "Well, I'm a developer."
Oh, were you hitting on the nurse, Blake? A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Did she? And her response was,
I can't remember. She was like,
I have a
that's
boyfriend."
awesome." Yeah.
"Get away from me."
I'm a developer. I have a boyfriend.
She was like, "Please leave. I don't care how sick you are. Get out of here." But no, we had a good conversation about like how long I've been working on the game and stuff like that. And she hadn't played. Basically, she hadn't played since she started working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just talking about like how the game's changed and stuff, and yeah, it was cool. But yeah, that is absolutely where I did not ever expect to be noticed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was in Las Vegas, and this is several years ago. I was with my wife. We went to a restaurant called Johnny Rockets. It's like a chain. It's like a diner sort of style burger place, and it was inside of the like medieval casino there. I forget the name of it, but it's like kind of a medieval theme. And
Medieval times, is that the?
they have a thing like that, but it's
okay.
not technically.
Yeah.
It's like the Tournament of Kings or something.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
the thing they call. But the dude behind the counter at the burger place was like, Path of Exile.
Whoa.
Because I was wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy. Because you're in Las Vegas buying a burger. You don't expect to meet a fan.
Wow.
Did he give you a free burger?
He did not.
Ah.
But he asked me some questions.
He spat in the burger.
You
You nerfed my character.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, "What did you do to Cyclone?"
Man. It is. I'm so used to like just seeing PoE shirts at work. I'm so used to only developers wearing it that when I see someone, there's been a couple of times in town I've seen strangers wearing a shirt.
I had the same situation,
and it's
you're
this
like,
weird
"What?
thing. Like I don't recognize
don't
that
know
person.
you."
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to recognize me.
Yeah, Ziggy over here, Ziggy. All right, we're out of time. If you've got any questions, email friendstyquestions@gmail.com. We're gonna do a special episode in the nearish future where we literally just answer questions.
We have so many.
We've got
questions.
a huge backlog from like going back years.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I blame Blake.
That should be fun.
Hopefully.
Mm.
You can also
I skimmed through because I was like, man, we've got a lot of questions here, and some of them are like, in episode 25, you talked about. I was like, oh Jesus.
Yep. You can also tweet at FrenzyCast if you've got a question or just want to say something nice. Facebook.com/FrenzyCast if you want to say something mean, because I think Blake he loves reading mean comments about himself.
Especially when they're mean about Nick. That's
when he doesn't
really
like
the
it.
best one.
He doesn't like it at all. FrenzyGamer.wordpress.com. You can leave comments there. YouTube.com/FrenzyCast is our YouTube page. You can subscribe. A little bit of a cough there. If you want to hear more coughing, Twitch.tv/FrenzyCast. Sometimes Severn coughs.
Yes.
And you can see.
Yes, I am.
You can see that live.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify. Rate us on iTunes. Apparently, according to this note on this tablet I'm reading now, we are a 5-star podcast.
Yep, we're a 5-star podcast.
Whoa!
Out of how many stars? 7
Five.
stars?
Out of 7.
Out of
Out of 7.
stars.
Out of 7.
No, out of 5. 5 out of 5.
Um,
You can't get more stars than 5.
Whoa!
then what What was that rating system you come up with before? I'm upset now. All right. We're all part of Australasian Gaming Podcast Number. That's hashtag HGPN on Twitter. Thank you, Leanne, for our logo. Thanks, Andrew, for our music. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Bye. Okay. How you guys? How you feeling?
Fucking game wise, it's been fucking dry. Do you feel like it's been like a
No.
quiet season? No.
No.
What's been happening?
Fire
Emblem.
Well, just Fire Emblem came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it all Nintendo? That's why it's dry.
No one wants to compete with Nintendo.
Dude, nothing's been fucking happening.
Just absolutely nothing.
And everyone at work's like, "This is the best month ever."
Yeah.
It's
There was
fucking
like 5 people at work last night.
Red Dead, nothing.
Yeah, since Red Dead a
Since
year
Red-
ago, it's just been a desert
Yeah.
like Red Dead.
Let's see, Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Which we bought, only played a little bit.
Cool.
Tons of voice acting.
You could talk about that.
I can only talk about it a little bit
Okay.
because we really
Tons
only
of
played
voice
a-
acting.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
well, because we played like the introductory stuff,
Mm.
and it went on for a while,
Mm.
and it was all voice acted.
Cool.
And there's a ton of characters. Like
Wow.
there's so much voice acting in that game.
I remember when I was a teenager and I played Morrowind, and there was like a little bit of voice acting at the start, and that blew my mind. And I was like, man, imagine a game that is all voice acted. what a world to live in.
Day of the Tentacle from 1991.
We don't have the technology.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, it's the discs, the CDs. They just can't fit them.
Yeah.
Can't fit all that data on the discs.
They had a little bit of voice acting in that game. Like the
At the
guards
start.
would walk around as well. And stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean like full voice acting
Yeah.
when you talk to someone, and it's
certain
just like,
characters.
yeah.
Azura. Towards the end of the quest.
Oh yeah, yeah. It seemed like the main
Yeah.
quest characters were voiced.
Not even that. It was basically just Azura and Dagoth.
No, there was a dude that early on that was I'm pretty sure he was.
Oh, the very very start of the game, Geob is like, "Hey, you're awake."
Oh yeah, no. There's that guy, and then there's a guy
It's
you
so
talk
crazy
to.
that I remember all these names.
That's weird that you remember that guy's name.
Geob, the guy from
How-
Start of Morrowind.
Did he ever show up again?
No.
How did you know his name?
He became part of Elder Scrolls lore
Shit.
because he was sort of tenuously connected to the Nerevar.
Yeah,
That
because he woke him up that one
yeah,
time.
but then so he became Saint Geob.
Oh wow.
In
weird.
the Nerevar in the Elder Scrolls lore.
Yeah.
He like went off to. I think in the lore he rid Morrowind of the Cliff Racers.
Oh, okay. Like, is he like?
He's sort of a Saint Patrick
Saint Patrick,
style.
yeah.
Which I love. I actually think the Elder Scrolls does a fucking good job of world building.
Yeah.
They do such a good job.
Cool.
I always
I'm so
wonder-
jealous of them.
I always wonder who is doing that.
They've
The
got
good
like,
job.
Yeah, the good. Who at Bethesda is doing the good job of
They have like
world
5 or
building
6
there?
different
Because
staff
it's
writers.
not the people making the game.
Is there a wiki? Is that how you?
There's a
There is a
giant
wiki,
wiki. It's
huge
crazy.
wiki.
It's got so much. It's got so much lore.
all
do
the
you,
books
Do you get
that
on
you-
that?
I did spend a day at work when I was trying to like figure out how to like do some of the story building for us.
Mm.
I was just looking at
Yeah.
how they did some of theirs.
Yeah.
They have as much lore building as like Lord of the Rings or something.
Well, what?
More
Yeah.
than that at this point.
Star Wars is crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you hear about people talk about comics and stuff.
Oh, the extended universe
You're like,
stuff.
"The
Yeah,
fuck?"
Mm.
Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
And that's-
boy.
I'm only getting it from osmosis.
Yeah.
while listening
Well,
to this
so
podcast.
he's working on his own like Star Wars script. I
Universe?
think.
Cool.
Yeah, he wants to do something with that.
A Rogue One.
Yeah,
Rogue
I don't
Two.
know what his plan.
Second Rogue.
'Cause
And does he see the state that Star Wars is in now and is like,
I get
I
that.
could get in on this and
yeah,
fix this
time
up.
to Cash
Yeah.
in. Um,
I see the sinking ship. I'm just gonna like
Just
pillage it.
start throwing buckets of money out of it.